TJ Quake News, X that fake, yeah, real news, political, gaming, movie. Stick around, we about to get into TJ Quake News. Let's use it. Yes, that's right. TJ Quake, the ghetto gamer, the flip nick of them all. You know who I be. That's right. You right here with TJ Quake News, and I'm back. That's right. Back in the mix. Been out for a minute, you guys. Just been doing things, band stuff, music and stuff like that. But we got to get the show cracking. We got to keep it real because there's been a lot going on in the news, as you guys all know. They still trying to take Trump out, all craziness. You guys know how that goes. Sessions is lately in the news. So we got Jeff Sessions, who was our attorney general, our supposable attorney general, who technically is doing absolutely nothing. And Trump is starting to speak out about it. And he's starting to get a little irritated with it and wondering, why the heck did I hire you, dude? Why? Who are you? Why are you here again? I think I thought you was on the same page with me during the campaign, but you kind of been like a ghost. Nowhere to be found, Jeff Sessions. Nowhere to be found, Jeff Sessions. He recused himself from the whole Russia, catastrophe crap, collusion, whatever, and everything, because he doesn't want to be political, and I don't want to be political. Jeff, let me just point something out to you, brah. It's already been made political. The other side, the Democrats, the guys that try to keep you from getting that position that you're in right now, that Donald Trump so graciously gave to you and everything. Yeah. Remember those guys, the guys that were basically beating you down, during your little court hearings to make sure that you wasn't going to become the attorney general because they didn't think you were going to, they thought you were a racist. They thought you had racist ideas, racist comments, things that you did back in your past during whenever you was an attorney general or a lawyer or whatever and so forth. So, anyway, not to beat up on that, you guys. Today, that's one of the things that's being talked about in the news right now. Of course, they're always trying to take down Trump. You know how that goes. But today, that's not what my subject is. My subject today is why white people are hating on themselves. White people hating on themselves, trying to literally, I guess, destroy your own race. Don't get it? But that's liberalism for you people. That's Democrats. This is their mindset. They got it all twisted. The same thing they were doing to black people back in the day, they doing to their own people now and everything. I don't understand it. I don't get why you're going to hate on yourselves, but this whole white privilege thing. And, let's dive into that a little bit. Let's go to one of the leaders of the pack who was up there talking about us white people need to be more courteous to black people, blah, 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 and our white privilege, meaning that because they're white, they have some kind of superiority over us black people. That's really what that means, people. You black people out there that are watching this for the first time, I'm about to school you to where real racism is at today. See, I think everybody's been getting fooled by what they think racism is now in today's society compared to what it was from back in the day. See, back in the day, it was full-blown in our face. In our face. Our parents deal with our grandparents and all that stuff. They dealt with real racism. The shiz where they let the dogs out on us, when they put the hoses on us, when we were walking down asking, for, freedom and all that kind of stuff like that, our right to vote and stuff like that. Martin Luther King, you guys get it. When that real shiz was going down, when black people were actually being hung, by actual real KKK Nazi flipnicks. Yeah. When the real shiz existed, now it exists, but in little minute areas and little spots. They don't even come out of the woodwork unless, they think that, little couple of people, they want to assume that some of these, the ones that are the racist ones, and the ones that are really racist people, make no mistake, like I always say, they have no problem telling you what they are. A lot of them have no problem telling you what they are. The Nazis ones I'm talking about. The ones you guys keep calling all these conservative, Republicans, racist. I mean, it's gotten so bad now that white people that are on the left are calling black people, like Candace Owens, go figure, a racist, a white supremacist at that. I saw a video where Candace and them were trying to sit down, have a little meal and everything. Her and the guy from Point Break, USA, they were having a little meal, and then they're coming out, and as they were in there, there was some Antifa flipnicks in there, and they saw them. And of course, it was a few of them. Next thing you know, they get on their phones. Hey, man, we got some of them. We got some of them right ringers up in here. Candace Owens. Oh yeah, them racists are here. Come on down. Let's harass these guys while they're having a nice little meal. Let's drive them out of here. So what happens? About 10, 20, 15 minutes later, whatever, here comes a whole gang more of these motherfucking Antifa flipnicks coming in there, start screaming and yelling and blowhorning and rattling bells like they always say. Cling, 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 no KKK, no racist USA. All that bullshit. And, of course, one of them actually had the nerve to come up in Candace's face and say, you white racist supremacist, you white supremacist racist. Candace is like, what? Like, I would have been like, motherfucker, are you colorblind? And that's what my point is today, people. White people, I believe, are colorblind now. They're literally, they don't get it anymore. And I'm about to show you some stuff where some white people actually think that they're doing us a favor by calling us stupid. Oh, they don't think that that's what they're doing, but that's what they're calling us, black people. Every black person needs to watch this and see the party of the Democratic Party, these little social justice warriors, these little snowflake college kids out there nowadays, these especially these little white ones, okay, who consider themselves to be activists for us. Activists for us. And they all got their premises from this stupid, dumb heifer that I'm about to show you right now. So hold 1 second. I'll be right back. Let's hear what white privilege is supposed to do for us. And how they're gonna accept their white privilege and help be nicer to us black people. Now check this out.
Ending systemic racism requires contributions from us all, especially those of us who haven't experienced it ourselves. Now, I've been saying this for a while now. I'm going to keep saying it because I think it's important.
Yeah, right.
We white Americans need to do a better job of listening when African Americans talk about the seen and unseen barriers you face every day.
They care.
We need to recognize our privilege and practice humility, rather than assume that our experiences are everyone's experiences. We all need to try as...
Yeah. Enough of that heifer. Enough of that heifer. Yeah, enough of that heifer. So, yeah, that was Hillary Clinton over there talking about white privilege, and we are white privilege, and we gotta extend a hand to those people, those black people out there that are, are incapable of doing for themselves, and oh, trust me, they think they got the white privilege, and it's just another way of saying we're white, so we're better than you. See, people don't mistake that whole white privilege thing when they're talking about white privilege. It's really saying that they're better than us because they're white. They were getting away with all the good stuff and everything. Yeah, their ancestors were definitely getting away with a lot of stuff. And don't get me wrong, people. Everybody has different privileges throughout this entire, world. There's certain people that benefit from things better because maybe you're a woman, or because you're a woman, sometimes you can get into the clubs way quicker than a dude. Why? Because you're a woman, and they want to make sure that there's more women in there, so that brings the dudes and everything. So I always thought that was a privilege that women had. Women's night. Oh, women get to go in free before 9 o'clock and shiz. You know what I'm saying? But dudes didn't get that. Why can't I get that? But you see what I'm saying? Privilege is throughout all kinds of different things. But the way they use their privilege, the way they say that they use their privilege, is that we feel sorry for what black people went through, and so we're gonna belittle them by saying that they're so incapable of being able to do their own thing now and so forth because we were granted all these rights, and because I'm white, I'm just a little bit better. That's really what they're saying, people. That's technically what they're saying. They're just not putting it in that terminology. They're belittling really what it is. It's kind of a camouflage, and we're made to look like yeah, you do have white privilege. And of course, the Black Lives Matter people and all the black activists and all that people, all these people out there that think, well, yeah, that's true. You guys did get off because they're feeding off of what we used to trip about. The white man is a white man this and the white man that, and the white man gets everything, and so now they give us all these packages for black people to get in. If you're black this, if you're half Indian that, you get into the college like Elizabeth Warren. Who lied about being Indian? Yeah, the one that wanted to get into Harvard, and she had to, she found a trick way of getting through. She used a Indian privilege thing, but she isn't really Indian. But anyway, so I'm about to show you guys what I mean by this whole white privilege thing and how these Democrats, these snowflakes, these college white kids and everything that are all on these SJW movements and everything, how they think without even saying it that they're better than us blacks. And everything. You black people need to start thinking about that when you're talking about these Democratic people. So I'm trying to bring what I'm trying to do, people. I'm trying to bring you back to where the real racism technically is. It's on the left, okay? The left, not the right, but the left and everything. And it's always been there. It's just changed now. They got a different way of doing it now. Now they found a way almost to belittle us, and I'm about to prove it to you right now. And tell me after you see this, put in the comments right down below. Anybody who's black, Mexican, whatever, white, I don't care, and everything. Let me know what you think. Tell me this is not a way of being a racist, because it sure looked racist to me, the way these people were saying this. It was genius how this guy went up there. He went into 2 different territories. In a predominantly white area where a bunch of little white people, little white, little college snowflake kids, all thinking that they're doing justice for us and no KKK, racist USA and all that crazy stuff. Yeah. Well, they went over to these people and they all asked them simple questions about the ID, your ID to be able to vote. They think that black people, we're so stupid that we don't know how to go and get an ID. A state ID to go and vote. And so black people are disadvantaged because we don't have the ability to get an ID and go and vote when we go to, because the whole thing came up with they want to make sure that everybody that's voting is a legal citizen of this country, which makes perfectly good sense to me. Seems like you got all these illegals coming into the country all the time. So now what they want to do is they want to get a voter ID roll going along, and you got to show your ID. Your driver's license and ID, right? Listen to these flipnicks, how they think the reason why us blacks somehow are not capable of doing that. Let's go to that real quick, because it's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. And then I'm going to talk to you about this new racism that I've been seeing.
Here in Berkeley, California, to find out if voter ID laws suppress the black vote. Do you have an opinion on voter ID laws?
Yeah, they're usually pretty racist and they're bad.
I think voter ID laws are a way to perpetuate racism.
Would you go as far as say those laws are racist?
For sure.
Do you think it suppresses the African American vote?
Definitely.
Tell us how.
Because they're less likely to have state IDs.
Minority voters are less likely to have the kinds of IDs that have been described or required.
These type of people don't live in areas with easy access to DMVs or other places where they can get identification.
You can always get IDs you do over the internet. Does that also make it difficult for black people in particular?
Yeah, you have to have access to the internet. You have to be able to pay an internet service provider for certain fees.
Do you think that's harder for black people to go online?
Well, I feel like they don't have the knowledge of how it works.
A lot of people have smartphones, but you might not have data.
For most of the communities, they don't really know what is out there just because they're not aware or they're not informed.
I also think there's a repression of black voting with how if you're a convicted felon, you're not allowed to vote and everything. And when you look at swing states like Florida, that's a huge population of the African Americans.
Now I'm here in East Harlem to ask black people their thoughts on what you just heard. Do you have ID normally? You carry ID around?
Yes, I have state ID.
Do you carry ID?
Yes, I do.
Do you know any black person who doesn't carry ID?
No. Everyone that I know has an ID. Why would they think we don't have ID? That's a lie. Why would they say that?
Do you have ID?
Yes.
Because I have my ID and my friends have their ID, so like, we know what we need to carry around.
Everybody that I know have ID. Like, that's one of the things you need to walk around with New York with, ID.
Do you know any black adult who does not have ID?
No, I don't.
Is it a weird thing to even say that?
Yes, it is.
What is this, some type of trick candy camera?
I know, right?
That's the only thing I brought with me.
Those are legit IDs. I heard a lot also that black people can't figure out how to get to the DMV.
Really?
What does that say to you?
I know it's that, on 25th Street.
Do you know where the DMV is around you?
It's on 125th Street and 3rd Avenue, I believe.
You know how to get there?
Yeah.
Would you have a problem getting there if you had to get there?
No.
I know these sound like silly questions. You know how to get to the DMV?
Of course.
You know where it is?
Yes.
You can get there?
Uh-huh.
No problem.
No problem.
Just checking.
Okay.
And I also heard a lot that black people, especially poor black people, have no access to the internet, can't figure out how to use the internet.
That's just stupidity, honestly. Everybody has access to the internet. Even a little kid could figure out how to work the internet.
I had access to the internet for years.
You know how to use it properly,
Exactly. I do it at work. So, of course, I know how to use it. My kids know how to use it. They all have iPads, iPods, whatever.
Your phone has data?
Mm-hmm.
You can actually
Unlimited.
Unlimited data.
Mm-hmm. I use my phone as a hotspot.
What does that say to you for the people who have this perception of black people?
They're pretty much ignorant. That's what my thought process was.
I just think that's ignorant. Ignorant.
Ignorant. That's the word I'm
Very,
hearing
very
a lot.
ignorant.
Ignorant.
Very, very ignorant.
Does it sound racist for somebody to say that?
I think it is a little racist because, you know, you're putting people in a category and you have no idea what you're talking about.
Maybe a little bit of racist in it, but like I said, I think it's more stupidity and ignorance.
You're judging somebody, like, but you're judging them because they're black, saying that they don't got it.
What people are they talking to? Who are these people talking to?
Do you have a problem that if you go to vote and they say, "Can we please see your ID to make sure you are who you say you are"? You
love showing my ID.
You have no problem with that?
Nope.
Would you have a problem if when you go to vote, if they say, "Can we please just see your ID to make sure you are who you say you are"? Do you have an issue with that?
No.
Would you have a problem if there was a rule where you have to show your ID in order to vote?
I don't think so. No.
Would you have an issue if there was a rule saying you got to show your ID before you vote?
Nah.
Are you cool with that?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Do you feel where I'm coming from? Straight madness, people. Straight madness. Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes. These are liberals, Democrats. Now, you got to see both sides of that. That's why I wanted to show you that. To show you, people, these are real people. Okay? That guy was going around asking a simple question. It was very simple. It was, do you think that having an ID is a racist thing to have for people to go and vote and blah blah blah? And do you think that black people can they get to the VN? Do they know how to do these things? Do they know? And did you hear him? One girl was up there saying, "Well, they just don't know. I think that they just don't know how to use the internet. They don't know how to do things like that. They need to they weren't taught, And I'm like, what?" The one dude was up there saying, "Yeah, you got to be able to have the internet, and a lot of that costs money. That costs money, and black people don't really have money, so they couldn't possibly get the internet." Black people got money? Oh, when did that happen? I've been under a rock? You saying I've been under a rock? This is the stupidity of. But the reason why I had to put this video out, people, is because I'm sick and tired of those type of people that you just saw right there. Representing us, trying to act, not even so much representing us, acting like they care about us. When everything that came out their mouth was just like what all those black people were saying. Sounds ignorant to me. Who are these people? That one sister was like, "Who the hell said this? Who's talking to these people?" And everything. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's your new racism right there. People that think like that, think that they think that black people are stupid. They think we're dumb. They think we don't know how to turn on a computer and look at our emails and check out, where the DMV is. You saw those one brothers. They say, yeah, right over there on 125th Street, over there down the street, down 125th Street. What did the one dude say? They say, well, yeah, black people don't really know. They don't know where the, where the DMV is. They probably don't have them. They're probably not in their neighborhoods. Yeah, so they probably don't know how to get to them. Yeah, it's not a good thing. It's really racist. And they all say it was racist. It's all racist. It's racist to have the. Let me ask you guys something. How all these black people that you see driving on the streets, do they not have driver's license? So what do you think? Every black person that's driving in a car doesn't have a driver's license? Because you have to have a driver's license. Hello, you have to have a driver's license. Here, let me show you what that looks like here for you white little subliminal flip neck SJW snowflakes out there. Yeah, there's my license. Bam, right there, California, boom, right there, and so forth. Yeah, that's a driver's license. Guess what? I got that when I was 19. Everything. Yeah, knew how to do it. Got taught that in school. Went on my driver's test and everything. Passed it with flying colors. Got my driver's license. And guess what? That's what I used to go to vote with. Everybody has a driver's license. You dumb, stupid, dumb flip necks. Good grief, man. But see, this is what they think. And these are the people that are up there talking about racist. No KKK, no racist USA. But that's what they really think about as black people. That's what those flipnicks actually think. They think that we're ignorant and we're stupid and we don't know how to get down to the DMV. That we don't know how to work a computer. That we don't know how to... They think we're below them. We're white privileged, as Hillary Clinton was saying. We gotta, know our white privilege and help out those poor, ignorant black people. That's literally what she's technically telling us, people. That's Hillary Clinton. That's your true racist. See, the racism falls on the left, people. It doesn't fall on the right. My whole reason why I'm putting these videos together and, coming up here with my channel, TJ Quake News, is because I'm going to enlighten black people. I want to start doing like what Candace Owens and, Brandon Tatum and all those guys are doing out there. These guys are out there speaking, trying to get into the mindset of black people to wake them up from this stupid Democratic plantation that we're all on. I got off that shit a long time ago, dude. Well, at least right during Obama's last, during the end of his last, little ruling that he had going on there, I got off and everything. Obama started showing me some things that I did not like and did not appreciate, and started realizing, whoa, wait a minute, what the hell's going on here and everything. I started waking up, finding out who the real flipnicks were. Come to find out that I was always a conservative, always a person that actually felt more towards the right than I really towards the left. You've seen all these walk-away videos where everybody's white, black, Mexican, you name it, are waking up to the true evil of the Democratic Party. These Democratic elites, Nancy Pelosi's, Chuck Schumer's, Maxine Waters, she's a black supremacist as far as I'm concerned and everything. She's a black freaking KKK person. That's what she is. She hates white people. She's fooling you white people out there thinking that she's for you, but she ain't for you and everything. She ain't for really nobody, to be honest with you. She's trying to start a race war and everything, and then get mad because now people are threatening her after she told all the left to go after anybody who's a conservative. Hunt them down in the restaurants. Hunt them down in the gas station. Get them where they at. Don't let them have any rest. Now peace. Them there. She looks like an ugly ass. I'm sorry. She looks like a damn ass ape monkey to me. And that's a black man saying that. She does. She's ugly. I'm sorry. Straight up. I ain't gonna pull no punches. That's what she looks like to me. Straight up. And that ain't no racist thing and everything. That's another black man saying what another black person looks like. So booyah in your face. So you guys get on this whole racist bullshit all the time, trying to go through all these stupid stereotypes and everything. What I just saw and witnessed right there with that video was true racism to me. White people thinking that they're better than us, thinking that we're stupid. They didn't have to bluntly say it. They were able to express it in the way they took on that question. That's what they think of you black people. They think we're stupid. They think we can't get to a DMV. They think we don't know how to work a computer and everything. Oh, they don't really know it. Oh, they just had such oppression in their life, and it's racist to be able to have to show an ID. And then the guy says at the end, "Do you have a problem showing an ID when you have to vote?" No, I don't have a problem with that. Do you have a problem showing an ID? No, I don't have a problem with showing my ID. I got that. Shit, what the girl said? Shit, I got the unlimited data. I got all my stuff right here. Bam. You know what I'm saying? Hello. The real stupid, ignorant ones were those freaking snowflake, liberal, democratic, white flipneck college kids that guy was talking to. They didn't have not a clue to what's really going on in the world. You know why? Because they hear nothing but CNN, NBC, CBS, MSN, CBB, whatever. They hear all the lying liberal media stations, and that's all they listen to. And that's all they know. And everything. And then they go follow stupid groups like Antifa that are talking about no KKK, no racist USA, fascist this, fascist that. And then they're the true fascists. They're the true ones that are out there starting fights all the time, getting in people's faces, throwing shit at them, coming out there with bite locks and trying to hit people over the head. And they hide behind the women to do it and shit like that. The most violent motherfuckers, dude, but the most pussy ass punks there is. Because these motherfuckers do not know how to fight. Trust me. Let them run up on one of us motherfuckers right real quick in one of those rallies. Done. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get away with just coming up there slapping somebody. Boom! You gonna get slapped. Bah! Right back. It ain't gonna happen like that, you stupid dumbasses. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little crazy. Okay. So anyway, so that's what you get. That kind of shit riles me up because I can't stand when you got people like that who act like they're for us, yet they're the ones perpetrating the true racism and everything. You know, they want to come around saying all this crazy stuff and acting like they all in our corner. They ain't in our corner and whatnot. Just like Black Lives Matter ain't in nobody's. They ain't in really for the black man's corner, because if they really were for the black man, when Black Lives really mattered, them fools would have been marching right there in Chicago about 2 weeks ago when about, 61 people got shot, 12 got killed in a matter of 2 days? Where was Black Lives Matter? I didn't hear a whisper of Black Lives Matter. It wasn't even whispered. Where was Black Lives Matter? Where was the black lives that mattered? Black Lives Matter. Where were you? How come you ain't marching down the streets of Chicago? Oh, I know why. I know why. Shoot, let me get this up here. Getting hot and sweaty. I know why. Because you guys know good and well you guys walking down the streets of Chicago, Southside Chicago, okay, over in those neighborhoods, yeah, they them little flipnecks ain't gonna give a flip whether you black or not. They're gonna just start they're gonna just start shooting you, because they're gonna be like, what the heck, you up in our neighborhood? You in the wrong neighborhood, be talking all that shit, pow, 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 and everything. Black on black crime, the way it's always been. But nobody ever wants to talk about that. Nobody ever wants to talk about, oh no, the poor black people are getting shot by other black people. Never see that shit. It's only when a cop shoots a black person. And we get those same stupid idiots that I just showed you coming out all of a sudden now they're yelling, oh, see, the white man is shooting the black man, blah, blah, blah. And we need to take down ICE, and we need to make sure that they can't take out gang members like MS-13. That's cruel. Yeah, it's cruel until one of them go up there and kill one of you. Kind of like what happened to Molly. You know, the girl that just died here just recently? She was missing there for about a week. Everybody was going like, I already knew what happened. As soon as I found out that young girl was missing, when they first started talking about it, well, I think it was about a week ago or so and everything. And they were talking about this young girl from Iowa that just came up missing out of nowhere. She was out jogging, I guess, one day, right after a rally that she was just at her college. Young, pretty looking 20-year-old girl going to college, you know, had her whole life ahead of her and everything, and this evil ass bastard, illegal alien, I'm not going to say immigrant, because I think everybody's been getting that whole immigrant and illegal thing kind of mixed up. Immigrants are people that come to this country legally. That's immigrants. Real immigrants came here illegally. That's why they say, oh, this country was built by immigrants. Yeah, it was built by people that came here legally. They didn't come here against the laws. They came here legally. They came in here. They became part of the society of the United States, and they built this country. Yeah, you damn right. That's what immigrants did. Not the flipnicks that are crossing the daggum border illegally. coming in here the wrong way. Those are called illegal aliens. You don't put those two together. Those are not called immigrants. Immigrants are the ones that are still standing in the lines trying to do it the correct way. And they're getting shafted by the flipnecks that are coming in the wrong way and everything. And then you guys want to cry and boo-hoo when they get caught and their kids get separated from them. Well, what happened? Let's go back to Molly. What happened to good old Molly now? Well, guess what? She's permanently removed from her family. Permanently. Are you guys going to be crying about that on CNN? Oh, no, I know what you guys are going to do on CNN. What was it? I believe it was one of those. It was CBS or ABC. They had a little panel, and the stupid lady up there, black chick, on there talking about, I can't believe Fox News is over there talking about daggum, this girl and some girl in Iowa, when they should be really talking about the real craziness of what's going on with the Manafort case and all that stuff. That's what's really important. They talking about just some girl in Iowa. Some girl, huh? So if that was your daughter, would you be just saying some girl? No, you be tripping right now. You be wanting war right now. You be wanting blood right now. You be wanting that freaking flipneck, idiot, illegal alien who came over here illegally and came over there and just killed that girl for no freaking reason and everything. And you up here tripping about Fox talking about a girl who was led. They're actually giving homage to this girl. They're actually giving a memorial for this girl and everything. They're putting their hearts out for somebody who shouldn't have been killed by somebody who shouldn't have been in this country and everything. And this is what you CNNs and the CBSs and all you guys, that's all you guys care about. You guys were talking about it for a second. As soon as you found out he was a legal alien, pulled out the clubs. Oh, gotta go, y'all. Pull down the satellites. Oh, no, we can't be getting done on that. No. Yeah, that goes against our narrative. We can't do that. Yeah, we can't talk about illegal aliens. We want them to come in. We don't. That's a scary touch right there. Yeah, I know she was murdered, and they all come out there saying this is what I've been hearing. You hear Elizabeth Warren or any of these other flipnicks on the left. They try to act like they're, they feel bad, right? And they'll come up saying, oh, we do really feel bad for her and her family, and our hearts go out to them. But they can't just leave it at the apology and the real concern and feelings for the hurt and pain that this family's going through, losing their little daughter and everything. No, they have to go in there and go, but the illegal aliens, the immigrants they want to call them, are coming. They're being separated from their children. They're being separated from their children and everything. For what? For a day or two or whatever. Half them kids don't even belong to those people and everything. And Elizabeth Warren wants to go back to that narrative. Oh, she wants to throw that political flow in there instead of, why couldn't you just stay on the fact that you were off to a good start, talking about the girl and you feel sorry and all that stuff and like that, and your heart goes out and all that stuff, and you couldn't leave it there. Cracks me up, people. Cracks me the flip. Whew! I don't even know. So the stuff it trips me out. Is all I gotta say. Elizabeth Warren, any of these people that'll come out there saying, you got Juan on. He's another flipnick on Channel 11 Fox News. This guy Juan, and if he ever sees this or this ever gets out to this flipnick or whatever and everything, this is to you, Juan, and everything. Why are you on Fox and everything? You and Shepard. Why are both of you guys even on Fox and everything? I know they got to try to kind of even it out, but you can't talk to people that just do not have any kind of sense at all. They're looking through like cherry glasses and everything. They don't see the real world of what's really going on and everything. And they're all the same people. They do the same thing Elizabeth Warren do. They'll say, oh, our hearts go out and blah, blah, blah. Even Geraldo did this and so forth. And they say, oh, well, please, blah, blah, blah. And then next thing you know, but, there's always the but. Why is the but got to come in there? And so forth. So that's what irritates me about when people on the left actually like to try to make it sound like they're, being apologetic and feel sorry for what happened to the girl Molly and everything, when they don't really care. They don't care. The only time these people are going to really care is when it happens to them. When it happens to one of their loved ones. When somebody from their family gets brutally murdered like that poor girl Molly did. This fool went out, got stopped out while she was just jogging, minding her own business, driving his flipped in that car and got out and freaking started running alongside of her. She was like, "Yeah, whoa." She said, "If you don't get away from me, I'm going to call the cops." Makes him go into a infuriating mode. And, of course, what does he say? Well, then I blacked out after that, and the next thing I knew, I found her in my trunk, bloodied up, because he stabbed her to freaking death. Yeah. Great way for her to go. Ended her life. All because she was just minding her own business, and this stupid freaking illegal immigrant from over there in Timbuktu somewhere came here illegally, got fake IDs and all that other stuff and whatnot, and, you know, basically came over here to kill somebody and everything. If he would have never gotten into the country, people, Molly would be living today. She would still living here. Something you liberal Democrats, you can't get that in your heads. For some reason, it doesn't compute until it happens to you. Until it happens to you. And when it happens to you, I'm going to feel bad for you, because I'm going to be like, but we told you so and everything. So just put this in perspective. It's a thing called karma and everything. You know, everything you guys consider immoral or you know, what we consider immoral and you guys consider moral, it's going to flip back around on you and everything. And I hate to say if that kind of stuff happens to anybody out there, you know, because nobody deserves that and so forth. But you people out there that constantly act like this stuff is a good thing and that we should keep our borders open and all this craziness and that stupid shit that I just showed you right there, where they think that they're saying something about, and, you know, every black person you saw on there was kind of like, what? Sounds stupid to me. What are these people, ignorant? Yeah, those are the real ignorant ones. That's where real racism comes from. Everything that came out their mouths offended me. Literally. You know what I'm saying? But they have the right to say it. It's freedom of speech. You got to say whatever you like. You know, I ain't got no problem with people saying what they got to say. But to me, what they said was just as racist as any person coming up to me and calling me the N-word and everything. As far as what they was coming out their mouth was complete racist. More racist than I've heard in a long while, to be honest with you, and everything. That was some racist crap coming out of their mouths. And they don't even realize it. That's the scary part, is they don't even realize it, that they're actually the real racists. That they're the ones that are spewing out racism. Just what they were saying. Calling, basically, in so many words, black people, they say you're dumb, stupid, and you don't know how to do for yourself. You need people like us, white privileged white people, to be able to help you out. Let's come over here. We're going to slow down for you, black people. Okay? Come on. Don't worry. Here. Pull this over here. Now push the button. No, the button's right here. Come on, black guy. Push the button here. That's how you do it, okay? And everything. I'm slowing down for you. I'm going to bring it down so that you have a chance and everything. Because you're ignorant and stupid and don't know how to work a computer or go to the DMV and walk down to the DMV and get a driver's license. Yeah. So enough of that topic right there. I'm going to end this thing on one last note. On TJ Quick News, you guys can subscribe right below if y'all want to see more of what the brother TJ Quake is having to say about the news of the day. That's right. Up here in good old Cali, you know, the highly democratic state, sanctuary state, going to hell state, California. Anyway, so one last thing to you white people. To see, I love my white people, okay, and so forth. Can you guys stop hating on yourselves? I'm seeing all these videos with the Antifa and everything, and they're up there saying the white man's evil. I was seeing a white girl on there talking. Well, white men are just bad. They're just wrong and they're evil, and white men this and white men that, and white people are another person's up there saying white people they're all racist. All white people are racist. And I'm looking at this guy and I'm going, dude, do you forget what you are? You white. He's up there saying white people need to be thrown out of this country. I'm like going, dude, you do realize that you speaking out yourself too, right? Like you're going to be the first person that needs to go because you white. You forgetting what color you are. These people forget that it's almost like they take themselves out of the equation. You know what I'm saying? You know, I take myself out of the equation, and it's just everybody else that's white. You know, it cracks me up how they are. It's like you white people on the Democratic liberal side, you guys are you're going down a slippery slope that's not going to be good. You better thank God that Hillary did not win, because if you guys would have gotten your way, everything that you guys are rhetoricing and screaming about and hollering and all this stupid stuff about, you guys would have been getting that coming true. All these refugees from the daggum Middle East would have been coming in here by the boatloads. Check out what's happening in Sweden. See how much those Swedes out there are liking the whole idea now of all those foods coming into their country. Yeah. Just a few days ago, the daggum, all these little Muslim Somalians, all these flipnecks blew up like 150 cars. And it was like all the way, it was a coordinated attack and everything throughout Sweden. Muslim gang members and so forth. They're literally trying to take over Sweden. Sweden's gone, people. Sweden's gone. This was what happens when you let people come into your country that you're trying to be nice to. They don't come. They're coming there. They're talking about they're coming in to escape tyranny and destruction and all the stuff that's going on in their countries. Why are they leaving those countries? Why are they leaving those countries to come to countries like this? If our country is so horrible, if our country is so bad, why do people still come here? All you people that keep freaking hating on the country and you up there bringing up, see Antifa with daggum Russian flags from back in the day, the Soviet Union flags, talking about communism and shiz, socialism. Really? Cortez, whatever her name is, Andrea Cortez, whatever her name is, and everything. Do you think people are really going to buy that bullshit? Look at Venezuela. Venezuela, them people are just doomed. Somebody, any of you people, you don't believe me, pick up some news things that the media is not going to talk about it. Go on YouTube, Google anything that's going on in Venezuela right now. You will see hell, literally, going on in there. The people, it's already been reported, half the population of Venezuela have been losing weight drastically. They're starving. Their leader, their dictator leader, who told them that socialism was going to be a great thing and it's going to be, everybody's going to get free, everything's free. Yeah, it starts off great, starts off wonderful. Here, hey man, I'm giving you this for free. Not really. I'm going to give you this, but I need your friend right there and his friend and his friend and his family members and I need all of them to chip in for this. And then I'll give it to you for free. Yeah, it's for free. But they have to pay for it. That's socialism, people. That's socialism. We pay for it for all these people that are coming into our country, and then they get all this. They get all the goodies that we worked hard for. Our taxes, keep chopping our checks down, keep chopping them down until pretty soon we don't have enough to live in our homes anymore. Now we're living on the freaking streets. Guess what? We're broke now. Our jobs are our capitalism is being destroyed by socialism because that's what they want. They want to get rid of capitalism. So now capitalism is gone and everything, and socialists has taken over and so forth. Now these businesses no longer exist anymore. They can't pay their employees because they're being chopped down with regulations and taxation and this and that. And technically, the government's controlling it all now. And the government says, "I'll give you your little piece of the cheese. I'm taking this big old piece of the pie right over here." And then that's where you get the dictators to come up, like the one that's in Venezuela right now and everything. And he's controlling. He was only supposed to be there for so long. Now he's been there for a while now. Yeah, that country used to be beautiful. Great economy was growing. Everything was wonderful there. And then they brought socialism in. And everybody thought it was going to be utopia. And it was going to be nice and free. We're all going to have everything free and free medical and everything free. Nothing is free. Something I told a lady at my job the other day when she called up talking about, how come I had to pay $1 for this? And I said, ma'am, because it's a business and they need to make a profit. Just like when you go into a store and you want to buy a thing of milk, you don't just go in there and say, can I have this milk for free? No, they're going to say, no, ma'am, you got to pay for that. It's $5. $5? Well, why can't he just give it to me for free? Because you got to pay for it. We paid for it. Now we're selling it to you. Now you got to buy it. People they're not getting the concept. It's like people were just born yesterday. They just woke up yesterday and thought everything should be free. Everything. Where do these people come from? Where do these kids come from? I'll tell you what I want to give you a pinpoint on what I think happened to millennials and why millennials are the way they are today. And then I'm ending this. Okay. Get the sweat off my face. Millennials, when that whole timeout thing, remember timeout? See, back in the day when I grown up, you got a whooping if you acted up. Mama gave us whoopings. You didn't get out of line with mom and pops. My pops could just look at you and you be done. There was no getting away with anything during my time growing up and everything, okay? Back in the 80s. So, as I noticed that in my generation, when we grew up and we had our kids are those millennials now. My daughter is a millennial and everything. And, of course, my daughter don't think like these little stupid dumb rednecks here because I taught her differently. I was raw with my kid and everything. But her mom was wanting to, start that little timeout thing. And I remember one day, I was sitting at the house where we was her brother's house, and she was babysitting his two kids, my ex baby's mama, and everything. And she was watching one of the kids, the oldest one was acting out and everything. And so she said, "You better stop that! Stop doing that!" Blah blah blah. And I'm like going, "Okay, is that it?" She said, "Oh, no, don't worry. I'm going to give him a punishment. I'm going to give him a punishment." And everything. Go into timeout. Go into timeout. Go into the corner. Go into timeout. I'm like, timeout? The heck is that? Timeout? I never heard of it before. This is like way back in the day. Back when I was in my 20s and shiz. And everything. Timeout? What the heck is that? She said, "Oh, yeah, timeout. Oh, he's going to get his lesson. Get in the time. Get in the corner. Now count. Now you know what you got to do. Count down." I'm like waiting for this kid. This kid literally went into the corner and said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. Okay. And was running around. Like, "Oh, yeah, okay. Just don't do it again." I was like, what? That was his punishment? That's timeout? She said, "Oh yeah, timeout is basically, you don't want to touch kids, you don't want to spank them, you got to reason with them, you got to put, talk to them, blah blah blah." I said, "My mom would have beat my A. There wouldn't have been no yeah. If we got into a corner, we weren't just getting out. We stayed in that corner. My dad used to have us hold chairs over our heads and everything, standing in a corner. Yeah, talk about some military punishment. My dad was a vet, Vietnam and everything. Yeah, that was the kind of stuff we used to go through and so forth. Guarantee you, we weren't trying to get out of line like these kids today. These kids today grew up with that whole timeout thing, and that's where I'm getting at. Is they grew up with these parents so busy trying to be their friends, too busy trying to be their friends because they're too scared to punish their kid, and the whole government thing was trying to push this narrative of, don't touch your kid, don't do that, talk to your kid, put them in timeout. There's a new little philosophy, put them in timeout and everything. That's really going to show them. They'll mind you then. Man. I guarantee you half these snowflakes out here that are so hurt and butthurt, and they have to be in their safe bubbles and in my little space and everything, and you're invading my space, and I hate what you're saying. Don't say it. Don't say it. You need to be banned. You shouldn't be able to talk. All that kind of shiz. Those are these little freaking millennials that grew up with that timeout shiz. And that's what I'm ending on. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is TJ Quake News. I hope you guys enjoyed. Come back to the next one. And, scrippy, scribe down at the bottom. And white people, stop hating on yourselves. Don't hate on your own people. It's stupid and everything. You letting these dumb flip-neck left-wing media sources telling you guys that you guys are the reason for what happened to black people back in the day. That was your ancestors. I thought we moved past all that. We moved past all that. I thought we were getting along for the longest time. I grew up from the 80s on up till now and everything. I never had problems with white people. Yeah, you run into them here and once in a while. You run into a little flip neck screwball, little knucklehead racist flip neck and so forth. But how many times really did we run into that? I didn't really into all that stupid shit. So you white people need to think like this. Get with some of your white comrades who know. Who actually understand what's really going on, and maybe they can talk some sense into you and tell you to have a little bit more pride in yourself and everything. You know what I'm saying? Don't be up there talking about white privilege this and all that, because really all you're saying technically to me is that you're a racist. and everything. You're the racist when you start saying, I have white privilege and everything. Because what does that talk? That just tells me that you think you're above me because you're white. I ain't never heard of this white privilege thing until this year. Till with the last couple years after Obama's election. All of a sudden, this white privilege thing started coming around. I'm like, what the frick is this? And everything. Our white privilege. Man, that's some bullshit. White privilege. Man, black people, Mexican people, we can get out there and work just as hard as any white person and everything. So when you're up there saying stupid stuff like those people did on that video there, where they're saying we don't know how to get to a DMV and all this stuff and don't know how to work a computer, all you're telling me is that I'm dumb and I'm stupid and I don't know how to take care of myself. Well, trust me, I can think for myself. I can walk to a daggum DMV, drive to a daggum DMV. I can go in there. I know how to vote. I have an ID. I showed you that and everything. So for all you stupid dumb millennials out there that think that we can't get an ID, trust me, every black person that's driving a freaking car, unless he's breaking the law, has got a freaking daggum driver's license. That's the ID that you need. I'm out. TJ Quake News, y'all. May the funk be with you. Ha, this is TJ Quake News, X that fake, yeah, real news, political, gaming, movies, stick around, we about to get into TJ Quake News, let's do it.